Right, so this is healing energy and connection for empaths and um, wanting to share, first of all, the definition of an empath is someone who has emotional and or physical response to a vibration. You are tuning into the vibration around you and in your environment, and you have the ability to understand and experience the feelings of another. You can identify with someone else's feelings, thoughts, or attitudes. So so with all the stuff that's going on, we are wanting to make sure that we clear our energy and that we manage our energy and we have really good self-care, because we can be picking up on the collective's energy as well as our own fears getting triggered. And if or our own feelings about ourselves, if depending on the people that we're around, it can feel very overwhelming and debilitating, having all that energy, anxiety, fear that's going on with this pandemic, and all the financial stuff. I don't even like to talk about it. I don't want to give it energy. But when things start to seem like things are spiraling out of control, people start to panic. And so as empaths, we have to watch that we're not picking up on all of that energy, and we're not taking it on as our own, and that we're not contributing to it. If you are a healer, a way shower, a light worker, our job is to practice, and this gives us a great time to practice, do our practicing in not being attached to the feelings that we're picking up on. So as an empath, a lot of empaths think, oh, I'm an empath and I'm stuck with that, picking up and feeling everybody else's energy. And, it's just the way it is. And I have to suffer through that, or that it kind of validates their moods. So some are, well, it's like I'm this way because I'm an empath. It just starts to create excuses for not doing your own work. And this is a great opportunity for us empaths to learn how to be an empath or feel other people's vibrations, and how they trigger our vibrations, or how we relate to them without taking them on as if they're our own. And that's really important. It's not your job to take on other people's energy as if it is your own. Like you're responsible for it. You have to do something with it. I think that that's one of the things, because you can feel it. You need to help them out. You need to solve the problem. And one of the reasons that's occurred is because in your family, you were probably the emotional support of the family. And so when anybody had something going on, as the empath, you didn't like the negative feelings that were going on. So you would want to help them feel better, so you would not feel them feeling badly. Or you had a parent who told you you are responsible, or two, or brothers, other people in the family, who made you the one that's responsible for their feelings, which again is not true. And so I hope helping you know that will help you release some of that feeling responsible for it. Because you can feel it doesn't mean you have to deal with it. And you can be caring about people, but not carrying them. So there's a difference. So you can care, but you don't need to carry them. So simply what we're going to do, so a way to do this is we're going to do some clearing. So we're going to clear other people's energy. And then we're going to do some work on your energy to deal with some of your fears that you have that are getting triggered with all that's going on. And then we're going to have you a way to empower yourself is to be full of your energy. And you will be a better healer, parent, way shower, light worker, teacher, whatever it is that you do. When you first take care of yourself and heal your wounds and get into your power, then you're in a much better place to positively influence those people around you. Just by being you and being in another energy rather than fear. There's a lot of fear that's flying around now. People aren't feeling safe. There's a lot of uncertainty, and so we're gonna deal with that. And then I'm gonna help you boost your energy. Take your energy to teach you how to be full of yourself, and that way you create this barrier in a way that is your energy, and everybody else's energy is out here. So you're not taking on whatever is coming from the collective or coming from the people in your lives. It is coming out here, and it's not, you're not taking it inward. So I'm going to give you a few techniques with that. So let's start by getting comfortable, turning off your phones, so you won't be disturbed. And just bring all of your energy that's scattered out and about in the future. Just imagine that energy, just call it back to you. Just call all your energy that is scattered out into the future, out into the past, call it back into this present moment right here, right now. And after everything that I do, just notice how you feel as we do things, because when you start to relate to your feelings, feeling in your body, then you'll see the results, and you'll what do I want to say? Associate with the experience more, and that will enable you to want to practice this more, because you'll see you're focusing on seeing the results and how it changes you. Okay, so now also let's say any energy that is not mine, go back to your owner. Happily go back to your owner. And so just imagine 3 things at a minimum falling away: any stress, anxiety, collective consciousness, consciousness of others that you've taken on, but name them if you want. Otherwise, just say stress, worry, fears. Just imagine all that energy, like you could see it running off of you, like if you were in the shower, as if it was like dirt, dirt washing off your body. But it's just all of those other people's energy, and the collective conscious energy, and let's do electromagnetic energy, just all those things that you've picked up that you don't need. Tension in your body. Just let it go. So now I want you to just to imagine that from the core of Mother Earth, that we're having crystalline, white crystalline energy, like crystals, flowing up from the center of the earth, flowing all the way up and through the bottoms of your feet and up your legs. And as this energy comes into you, it's like lighting you up. It's like a beautiful, high energy, crystalline energy that is going to, it's bright and high energy, and it just dissolves anything that doesn't match, doesn't resonate. So anything that is of lower density and not needed, right? Don't need it. It just is going to help dissolve it, wash it away. And that comes up and it's clearing out your first chakra and going through your second chakra and your third chakra, and it moves up into your heart. And just sparkly, shiny, taking an inhalation, inhaling the light, and exhaling anything that you want to release, dense energy. And just imagine that this energy, the majority of it stays in your heart. And then the other, there's a little bit that goes up and it's creating this ascension column, going up through your throat chakra, going up through your head, third eye, up through your crown, and then it's starting to move up through your higher self, through all your multi-dimensions, up into source energy, up into the cosmos, up into the universes, up into the central sun. And then the central sun and all of that beautiful energy, just imagine it like rays of sun, all the ascension grid coming down this column, flowing back down, just the same way it came up. And again, it's nurturing, healing, unconditional love. It is crystalline energy. It's activation energy for all your dormant DNA that's being awakened, and it flows back down, lighting up through your crown, your head, your brain, your third eye, your whole skull, all the way down your eyes, your neck, your throat chakra, again, lining that, clearing that, and then going down, flowing down into your heart space and mingling there with all of that crystalline energy, ascension energy, crystalline energy. It's like a huge sun, sparkly, beautiful, golden white rays of sun that radiate out all the ways around you. It's just pouring out, radiating out 360 degrees around you. So kind of think you're like a lighthouse. And it's almost like you're this ball of energy, and you basically, in some ways, you could lose your whole body. You're just this being of energy, this beautiful, loving, healing energy that is your life force energy and your connection to everything. So feeling connected to source, feeling connected to Gaia. And if we're all connected to each other, then you're connected to each other, right? If we're all an expression of the one, of source, then we are all connected. And a lot of times the thing that gets us anxious or fearful is when we feel disconnected. So really understanding how feeling connected is so important to your experience of feeling safe. So feeling all of that energy right now, just letting it expand all the way around you. And I want you to feel behind you, feel to your sides. And I want you to feel like there's a dimmer switch in front of you. And this dimmer switch has the numbers 1 to 100 on it. And I want you to ask, what is my level of light right now? What's my life force connection here? And a number will pop into your head. And let that number pop into your head. And then I want you to turn the dial up towards 100. Turn your light up. Turn your love up. Turn your compassion and gratitude or appreciation. Let that focus out and radiate out all the way around you. And keep turning it up, feeling your heart expanding, just opening to more love, feeling the love of Source and that Solaris and all your multidimensional self, your higher self, the masters, the angels, archangels, all feeling all the love flowing in through your heart, through you, as you, and feel the love of Gaia supporting you and all of her energies supporting. And keep turning it up again. And one of the ways I want you to feel now how you might have, you are, full of your energy. And see if you can kind of feel, you can make it so that, your boundary is 3 feet out where your aura space is. Or you can feel that you take up the energy of a room. You can fill a room, you can fill your house, you can fill your city. Just a minute, play with this for a minute. Let your light expand there. Expand out into your state or county or territory. Expand out into your country, your continent, the world. And just spend a moment here in that loving energy. Let it flow out. It's coming from Gaia and Source, but running through you. You're a conduit for it. You're a facilitator. It's moving through you. You don't have to do anything, but just allow yourself to feel this. And let it spread to all the people who would appreciate this energy. Let the love spread. And then one thing that you can do as an empath I said you could have a barrier. Just think of where your aura is, about 3 feet out. If you stuck your arms out, it would be at the tips of your, like your fingertips. And it's about 3 feet above your head and 3 feet below your feet. Just imagine like an egg shape. And you can just think of this barrier as you can make it be gold, silver, bronze all around you, or you can put, I used to have climbing roses, or you can put one rose in front, or you can put a staff, or you can be creative and put whatever you want that has meaning to you, that when you think of other people's energy, or even electronic energy, that it goes into that rose or that staff, or I had climbing rose bushes all the way around me, or it hits the metal, right? And so it stays outside, and it isn't that you can't feel. It's not like a boundary to keep you from feeling. You can feel, but it stays out there. So you have the space in between where your space full of your energy, and yet you can feel, oh, there's some pain there, there's some suffering there, there's fear there, and you can have your compassion, but you don't have to take it on into your heart. This is a good way to watch the news or watch a movie, again, so because we can, besides our empathy, we have, if you're sensitive, you have a very creative inner mind, and we kind of go there and live it. We're very creative, and so we can be experiencing a lot of things that a lot of other people aren't. And it is as if it is real, even though it might just be in our imagination. So, and there's a lot of things, imaginations running wild with this coronavirus and with the money markets and all of the uncertainty that's happening around the world and leadership, etc. So it's better to not let our minds run wild and to take control of those. Like you're riding a stallion, you wouldn't let the stallion run away with you. You really have to pull in those reins, and you have to direct that wild mind of yours. But when you have this boundary and you're full of your energy, so you're probably hearing me speak even a little bit different. You can hear my voice outside of that space that we just created. Now, one of the tricks is that you stay full of your energy. So you have to, this is where self-care comes in. This is where you being consciously aware, where's my energy? Am I full? Am I depleted? What do I need to do to get my energy full? If I'm going to go out, if I'm doing healing work, if I'm doing any type of energy work around, or I'm going to be in a large group, you facilitate your life in such a way that when you do that, this energy is filled up. Now I'm going to show you something. So we started out with that outer boundary being 3 feet. Pull it in a foot, so you can move it. So you might, when you're out on a walk or at the beach or in the mountains or in nature somewhere, or in your backyard or in your home, you might allow that out 3 feet. But maybe when you're shopping or you're at a group meeting or you're watching the news or something, you might pull that in even further. So pull it in another foot. So you're like a foot away from your physical body. So see what they feel like. Feel it. Now pull it in so it's almost, it's as close as you can get to your body. And still notice you're still full of yourself. So when you pull it in, it doesn't deplete any energy. It doesn't take any energy away. It's just where you're feeling. So people would, you would hold things closer to your heart in some ways here. But again, you can push it out and pull it in. And even if it's up against you, again, you have that barrier, so you feel like you have time and space. You're not taking things on personally. So that's something to play with. And you might go back. So let's go back to that dimmer switch and let's turn it up a little bit more. See where you're at. See what number you're at now. Because now it feels safer, doesn't it? You're connected. You're full of you and your light, and you have doesn't it feel safer to shine your light, to be out, to, take up space? And you feel more in control, more like you're the master of you, right? So anytime, so if you're out and about, let's give an example here. You're out and about and you're in a group of friends and they start talking negatively about and going into their fear about everything that's happening, and oh my God, and all their worries and doubts and things that they're afraid of, and they start going down, 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 and they're just talking about that, and they're egging each other on, and it's just getting more and more negative. You can just turn your light up even brighter, take up some space, make sure, boundary out, and dimmer switch, let's turn my light of love, just like open your heart and just see like, oh, they're in pain, but I don't need to take their pain on. They're hurting right now. I feel compassion for them, but I don't have to carry them. This is their work. But I don't have to play in this either. And you can just be like, and when you're in this space, see, when you don't go into the fear and stuff, now you can be creative things. You're also open to messages coming in. You're not blocking information from your higher selves, from your multidimensional selves. When you're in fear, you're blocking all that information. So you might come up with a joke, or you might find a way to lighten up the energy, change the subject, do something and just bring the air, or say, hey, why don't I take you guys through a meditation right now, or something like that, that you can do that like I'm doing here, and you will help to raise up that energy. So that's one process. So when you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Oh, it's such a nice place to be in. I love it.
Yeah.
I have to, before I forget, I need to say this out loud. No, I shouldn't say it out now. I'll let you go.
Right.
It was just all the, how it felt so good when you said pull it in. And I did feel all my energy stayed with me, but it was nice and tight and cozy. And and then when it went out, I felt more like, free. But that was really good. And I got my light up to 7,500. That was, it was beautiful.
And
I always wonder, can people see it? Can people see it from the outside? Some people probably can.
Yeah. They can feel it. Remember, right? The Taurus energy.
Oh yeah.
They can feel it. So if you can't see it, they can definitely feel it.
Yeah.
And you'll evolve. So if you get up to 100, then you'll have a whole new energy 100 to go to.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll keep rising as you go, as you feel safe doing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was great. I feel radiant right now.
Oh, good. Okay, so now we're going to do some tapping. I'm going to mute you for a minute. So I want to do some tapping around the fear, just in case. So we're going to, about what's going on. And so tapping, what I would like for you to do is to follow me and repeat after me. And what I'm going to be working on is, I'm going to be generalizing, but I'm going for the root of the problem, the roots in our physical body. And tapping will help to neutralize your flight or fight reptilian part of your brain that gets stressed out, that's looking for danger. And so this will help to reduce all the stress in your body, and get you, help you be more in your power and in your light. And you can do this anytime with anything. So I'm going to be relating it to what's going on currently, but you can do this with anything that's happening that you don't something that you're going through that brings up fear. So let's just start. So I'm just going to basically be kind of channeling this. So I don't feel safe. I feel very vulnerable. I don't feel safe. Everything feels chaos, feels out of control. This has just gone too far. I don't feel safe. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that makes me fearful. How long is this going to last? How long is this pandemic, coronavirus, going to last? How long is all this other craziness that's happening in the world going to last? It just feels like way too much. Like everything's coming out of left field. It was so unexpected. And now things are shut down. People are fighting over toilet paper. It just seems so crazy. And there's so much fear out there. I'm picking up on everybody's fear about the unknown, about getting sick, about dying, or losing people around them, or not knowing about what's going to happen, whether they're having their job or they're not, what to do with their kids because their kids are home but they need to go to work, how to handle everything. It feels so overwhelming, so overstimulating. And it just seems like something's brewing. And now I'm waiting for the next thing to happen. So I'm feeling really stressed. And I'm feeling afraid of the unknown. What's going to happen next? This has really whacked my world. I don't know what the hell is happening. And I'm not sure how to take all of this or what to do. But I can feel all the fear. I can feel other people's fears also, as well as mine. And their fears are feeding my fears. I'm taking their fears on as my own. I'm watching the news and letting it scare me. I'm getting caught in the minutiae of everything. And I'm ready to let this go. I'm ready to let the fear go. I'm ready to take control of my mind and my emotions and my physical body, to override all the collective consciousness of fear, to determine how I'm going to show up and not let the news or the collective conscious or the reality in front of me determine how I'm going to react, how I'm going to handle myself, how I'm going to be healthy, how I'm going to feel safe and secure. I'm ready to let all of the fear go. It's not where I want to play. So I'm ready to feel safe, or to find the safety, as much safety as I can. And number one, being myself and being able to make decisions for myself and not get caught up in the collective consciousness. So it's okay for me to be different. It's okay for me to stand out. It's safe for me to have a different viewpoint. It's safe for me to be filled with love and compassion instead of fear. In fact, I feel like it's part of my mission to be in that love, to counter the fear, to spread the love. That actually feels really good. I can feel that in my heart. I'm ready to start following my intuition and making my own decisions about how do I respond to what's going on in the world around me. Because I'm the only one who can do that. And I'm not helping anybody going down the rabbit hole with everybody else. And it's not where I want to be. It's not the world I want to create, the reality I want to create. I see this all as an expression of our transformation. There's all good coming out of this. We can all grow and learn and create a better world, a new earth, where there's more love, harmony, unity, compassion. And I'm going to be a part of that world. I'm choosing to be a part of that world. So every day, I will remind myself that that is where I'm going and that I am safe and that I am free to be me and free to make my own decisions, have my own emotions, make my own choices to create the world that really matters to me. Because I'm worth it, because I can, and because I will. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, so that is the tapping. And I hope this will help you. I would If any of you are watching this on later on YouTube or somewhere, I hope you will please like it for me. It's important because that will help spread this good energy out there in the world. And I greatly would appreciate that. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. And if you would like to have this on a regular basis, let me know. I'm not recording the discussions because I want to keep those private. I'm just going to record the energy work. All right, so until we meet again, love, live, and matter.